In 2000, I had my first back surgery. I've been a heavy equipment mechanic all my life, and I work on real heavy stuff. Everything is heavy. Tracks on bulldozers and all that stuff. That's all I've been doing. I have 2 sons and 2 daughters. My boys, I said, I don't care what you do in life, but you're not going to be a heavy equipment mechanic. Because I've had 17 surgeries over the years. I've had both my elbows, my wrists, I had everything. But in 2000, I got this sciatic so bad from my disc. It was so bad, my wife just saw me crying, and she had to help me I couldn't bend over to put my socks on or my underwear to even get to work. I'd turn the radio up loud as I could just so that I could get to work, and just to try to ease the pain. Just like they say on here, I had every medicine that they gave me. Excuse me, I jumped ahead of myself, excuse me. So in 2000, when I had the surgery, it went excellent. He went in my back, he cut out the disc, the pain was away, I could have kissed the doctor. It was fantastic. I just thought it was the greatest thing. 4 years later, I stepped in a hole. And when I did, I blew out L5, L4, S1 again. So this time he had to go back through the scar tissue and re-chip out the disc. Something happened. Just a few days afterwards, a few days later, I called back and I said I need to see the doc. There's something wrong with my feet. And so what's wrong? And first it started with the left foot, and I said there's something really, really wrong with this left. It's really hurting, and it's really in pain, and something's wrong. And then all of a sudden it would shift over to the right one. I was like, what the heck's going on? I had no problem with my feet at all. And so it got so bad, so he sent me up to Jefferson, and they did these tests on me. They did all these electrodes all over my body on the left side and the right side, and compared them and everything. After all the tests were done, they said to me, excuse me, we can't find out what's wrong with you. You're one of the 1% that we don't know why you have neuropathy. I said, well, I didn't have it before you had surgery. Something went wrong. So anyway, I went back to the surgeon. I had one-on-one conference with him, and now it's so bad now, I can't believe it. And he says, he won't want anything to do with me now. He said to me, he says, well, what do you want me to do? He said, well, at least you're not in a wheelchair. So, I said, you got to live with it. That was 2004 to 24. I have been in such pain. My feet burn, scream. I have tacks. Someone asked me how to describe neuropathy, my neuropathy. I said, every morning, take a sock, throw in nails, tacks, broken glass, put your sock on, put your shoe on both feet, and have that all day long. And that's the way I work. It was so bad at work. I worked for Cape May County MUA for 20 years, and my boss would look at me and say, go home, just go home. I couldn't even walk. My foot was out crooked, and I just could not even walk. Tripping, falling, all the time. It was just bad. I didn't know where my feet were. So I would just, boom, I'd be down on the ground. And it wasn't good. I fell so many times, and the wife just knows. She works in a nursing home, and she knows what goes on in a nursing home, how many people fall at 68 years old. So from 58 to 68 now, I've been living with this. So I want to tell you this. In 2011, I'm scared of deep water. I never liked deep water. But she's been begging me to go on a cruise ship. And I was scared to death of it. We were going to go through the Bermuda Triangle too, and that scared me too. Right? So I was looking for flying saucers too. But anyway, she got me a balcony. That's what she did. She got me a balcony. I loved it. So I wasn't on the cruise ship 20 minutes. I told her book another one. And but the problem was my neuropathy was so screaming bad that, if you've been on a cruise, the walking is horrible. It's just screaming and screaming. They had a seminar there for acupuncture. So she says, you got to try it. You just got to try it. I don't care what it costs. Just try it. And believe it or not, for 2.5 days, it worked perfect. My feet just kind of like numbed out. Just kind of like I wasn't under the screaming pressure. And I said, wow, it really worked. On the third half, 2.5 days, on a half day, it was like somebody hit a switch. It was gone. I was right back to, oh gosh, I can't take it no more. And so, that's what I'm getting at. Before the cruise ship, she says to me, she says, well, listen, we're gonna be in our bathing suit, so I want you to have a pedicure. So, I never had a pedicure before, right? So when I go to this place and we sit in these nice, the chairs that vibrate and give all that nice things to you. Well, this poor Oriental woman goes down and she starts touching my feet. Well, she got to this point where she touched the bottom of my feet, and I screamed, I yelled, and I freaked her out. I freaked everybody out. I got tears running down my face. I'm laughing and crying at the same time because I can't believe I'm screaming the pain I was in. And the wife's telling her, she thinks she did something, and the wife's trying to say, no, he has neuropathy, and she don't know what I don't know what neuropathy is. And then the man comes over, you okay, and everything, and I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Because I just never had anybody touch my feet. I can't walk barefooted, I can't go on sand on the beach, I can't have a pebble in my shoe, I can't walk very far. She's been living with this. I have a cane in my truck, I have a cane in my car, it was unbelievable pain at this, having this pedicure done was unbelievable. So, I want to go up to, so now we get this invitation to come here. And I just said, well, I'll go to it and listen to it, and I'll see what he has to say, but, I just have tried so many things, I just didn't want to, I don't know, let's just give it a shot. So, one thing Dr. Bruno did say in his seminar, he did say that, I'm not here really to cure you're going to have neuropathy. You have spinal neuropathy, you have spinal nerve damage, but we're going to see what we can do, and see what we can do for you. And no promises, no guarantees. And he says, let's just try this out. And I didn't want him to touch me. That's another thing. I didn't want no adjustments. I've had too many. My own brother's a chiropractor, and he just didn't know more, nothing. He wouldn't touch me. And so that's been years ago. So we go to Dr. Bruno, and like Jeff said, the examination is so worth it. What they do to you, and they'll know just exactly what to put you on what machine or whatever they do. And he knew exactly what I needed. And he got me on this machine, and I'm going to tell you right now, in 5 days, it's a 10-day session for me. In 5 days, she says it's time for a pedicure. And I said, well, that's the test. That's the test. I knew already my feet had been, from day one, from the time he first put these on you and does this thing, and the staff is wonderful. Dawn was my mentor there. She just really helped me every time I came there. And the 5th day, here we go. We go inside, I sit down, take the socks off, I get there, and there she goes. And I don't feel a thing. I don't feel a thing. And we're laughing, we're looking at each other, and she's, you know what they do. You know what they do. And I'm just sitting there. Just sitting there. I had the biggest smile on my face you have never seen before. I said, this is no joke. So now I went 5 more sessions. It was 10 sessions, and it just got better and better and better. And I'm standing here right now, and 24 years of pain. And I should be a dope addict from all the dope they tried to give me to cure it, and that didn't go well. So that last pedicure showed me. So now I can go barefooted in my lawn. I can go barefooted on the beach this year. I can do things with my feet I could never do before. And I'm telling you right now, if you have what I have, that burning, that screaming, that, one more thing after I tell you, my wife has this most beautiful quilt. She puts it on for the winter, and for years she can't put it on for me because the pressure on my feet screams, or I have to have my legs out on top because of that. Sometimes it was so bad the sheets would hurt my feet. And that's how bad the pain was. I'm telling you now that this was I even said to Dr. Brewer, I said, Dr. Brewer, listen, I only live in Egg Harbor City, and he's up in Marlton, and it was the greatest drive I've ever done. I mean, just going up and back for this in 10 straight days was the best thing I've ever done. And I said, I'd love to tell people what you did for me, because I'm not kidding you. I'm standing here right here.
What was your diagnosis?
Spinal neuropathy, spinal nerve damage from the second surgery. And then I had a third surgery in 2014, and I retired with that because they were going to put rods, bolts, screws, and weld me all together. And so at that age, at 14, yeah, I was 58 years old, or 50, no, whatever age I was at that time. But it's been a long time, yeah, 10 years. So I'm just telling you, just even if you just go for the examination is so well worth it, and what this new technology they have is fantastic. So,
Is it covered?
Well, that's what we're gonna go through.
He'll
Would you
be-
guys